last question for you. There are a lot of wrestlers there, a lot of
Yes.
high level wrestlers.
Yes, for
all
sure.
right? You've got Khabib,
Right.
you've got Daniel Cormier, you've got was Josh Thompson a wrestler?
Yes.
Yeah,
Josh wrestled at, I want to say, Northern Idaho.
Okay, yeah. So Josh Thompson, I think
John Fitch.
John Fitch, yeah,
from Purdue.
Uh-huh.
And then he had a buddy. Gosh, why can't I think of his name? He's such a great guy. Who also wrestled at Purdue.
Mhm.
Bunch from Edinburgh.
Uh-huh.
Deron Wynn. Kyle Crutchmer. Now we have Nick Piccinini. Ed Ruth. Jersey James, who went to Penn State also. I mean, we have a lot of. I mean, I'm sure I'm leaving people out, so forgive me. But I mean, we have a lot of fighters, wrestlers that come there.
What is it about AKA that is attracting all these wrestlers?
Well, I think when you come to AKA and you're a good wrestler, then you're going to be able to continue wrestling at a high level, which is going to be your predominant go-to. Like I'm describing in body types, for a lot of those good wrestlers, long body, short legs, doesn't always translate to fighting as easy. So then when you're with a group of people that, I think when you've been a good wrestler, this is my observation, and keep in mind I didn't wrestle, but I think when you're a good wrestler and you're a certain age, 21, 22 to 24, you're weaning off the day-to-day interaction you get from people around your success to doing this on your own, to maturating to someone who may or may not have a kid one day, etc. So that's like a big balance. It's at a little bit higher level. So when you go there and you're a great wrestler, but you have to be vulnerable as a striker, you have to be vulnerable as an BJJ, you have to be vulnerable in kickboxing, you have to become vulnerable. It's often easier to do in a place where what you're good at is already respected and that you feel that comfort, because I do think a lot of people are coached, and I'm sure people disagree with this, but I do think a lot of people spend a lot of time doing well in wrestling out of fear of not being approved of by their parent or coach or someone, their peers. So when you get to fighting, that's out the door, right? You have to do it for yourself because you're going to get jacked in the jaw. I mean, I get banged around all the time and stuff, and people are like, did your nose just break? Yeah, I think maybe it did. Right? It's swollen up, and you're like, I'm not going to touch it because I know better than to blow it. But I think that it's a safe place to be vulnerable. And you can go through AKA and get to different places. And if you're not self-motivated, no one's going to hold you by the hand there. And I think that also is makes you a better fighter quicker. I think a lot of places you go and people are like, you're my man, you're always going to be my gal, you're my man, you're my gal. We're going to, because I coach Jermaine Durandame and some really great women fighters too. And like, you're going to be this, but really that's not going to carry you through. When you get punched in the face or your parents are upset that your arm was broken or your spouse wants to leave, because it does take a certain type of narcissism to be successful at these things in time. So I think AKA allows you to do all those things. And we have very great periphery people, crazy Bob Cook, the Zinkin management, Ali, Rizvan, and those Khabibs. Everybody's around. We have some great striking coaches, Hector, and all these other guys that come in, Leandro, Ron Kessler. I mean, these are all people who are professionals who want to make the rest of their coaching career there, and they're all there to help. And there's no room for ego at AKA. It would never fly. You would self-select out because the pressure would be too great. Nobody would want to work with you.
Carolyn Wester, everybody.
Thanks for having me.